Piers Morgan is not sorry. He never has been, and he never will be. What he offered Novak Djokovic on the 11th of November 2025 was not an apology. It was a calculated rebrand, a chance to launder his reputation with the help of the very man he once tried to destroy. And Djokovic, by sitting across from him, smiling and accepting the gesture, betrayed the integrity he spent years defending. Back in 2022, Piers Morgan did not merely disagree with Djokovic's refusal to take the COVID vaccine, he led the public execution. He branded him a COVID rule cheat, immigration form liar, an anti-vaxxer icon on live television. He gloated when he was detained and deported from Australia and used his platform to amplify the state's message that the unvaccinated were dangerous, selfish, and beneath contempt. This was not journalism. It was bullying with a megaphone, and Morgan wielded it with relish. He did the same to countless others. Nurses who refused the jab were mocked as conspiracy theorists. Parents who questioned masks for children were sneered at. Anyone who dared even mention ivermectin, vitamin D, or early treatment were dismissed as cranks. Piers Morgan did not report the story. He enforced the narrative. People suffered for it. Suicide spikes during lockdowns, particularly among young men. Cancer diagnoses were missed. Heart attack victims stayed home, terrified by the mantra, stay home, save lives. The elderly died alone, denied visitors, denied dignity. Piers Morgan did not just observe this, he cheered it on, framing dissent as treason and compliance as virtue. Then there are the vaccine injuries. I've met them. Strokes, myocarditis, Guillain-Barré syndrome, the list goes on. These are not anecdotes. They are lives altered forever. Official reporting systems such as VAERS, Yellow Card, log hundreds of thousands of serious adverse events. Excess deaths remain elevated in 2025, particularly among the young and vaccinated. Autopsies show spike protein in heart tissue. But when these concerns were raised, Morgan called it misinformation. Now with the narrative in tatters, he wants absolution. He admits he was very censorious about Novak Djokovic because it served him. He knew the game, he played it well. He wasn't misled. He was part of the machine, still is part of the machine. In 2022, he didn't just cover Djokovic's deportation. He celebrated it. That was performance, clicks, attention, not to mention power. He says it felt personal because people he knew suffered from COVID. The man is a cog in the machine of social engineering and was playing a part in pushing the narrative about the fake pandemic. Annoyingly, Djokovic endorsed the fake pandemic, claiming to have had COVID 2 or 3 times. I'd like to ask him how he tested for said COVID. If he was truly angry about being lied to, he'd be tearing into the people who fed him the script. Boris Johnson for Partygate, Sage for the fear-driven models, Pfizer for burying data, but there's nothing. Just a quiet apology to one famous athlete, delivered at the perfect moment, 2025, when the story is flipped and the public mood has shifted. Piers Morgan is a professional gatekeeper. His apology is not born of remorse, it's born of survival. The cracks in the official story are too wide to ignore, and he needs a way back into the conversation. By sitting down with Djokovic, he gets a viral redemption clip, a human shield against criticism, and a chance to rewrite history. Djokovic gives him all of it. Integrity is not forgiveness without boundaries, it's consistency. Even when it is inconvenient, Djokovic had options. He could have refused the interview outright. He could have issued a statement. Your apology is noted, he could have said, but I will not share a platform with the man who weaponized fear to ruin lives. Instead, he smiled, shook hands, and legitimised the bully. This matters because the real victims do not get interviews. The nurse who lost her 20-year career does not get an apology. The father who took his life after his business collapsed does not get a redemption arc. The child who developed neurological damage does not get a platform. They get silence. And by forgiving Morgan so publicly, Novak Djokovic sends a message. The enforcers get to move on while the injured carry the scars. Djokovic's stand in 2022 was courageous. His decision in 2025 was not. You do not rehabilitate the man who tried to destroy you. You do not validate the fear machine that justified tyranny. And you do not trade your integrity for a feel-good moment on camera. Piers Morgan does not deserve forgiveness. He deserves accountability. And until he offers it to the thousands he helped silence, not just the one famous enough to boost his ratings, his words are worthless.